Good afternoon, Saints of First Church.
Hello.
Trust everybody is doing well this afternoon. We're glad to be back with you for another halftime report.
It's almost the end of July.
Almost, all over it. Absolutely.
This is the last halftime report of July. I do know that. Whether the month ends this week or not, I'm not sure
there you
yet.
go. There you go. Fair enough. Fair enough.
But the summer, so that means summer's almost over too, or at least the
going
away and doing things.
Summer's over because the back to school stuff, the commercials are on television. You come out and buy back to school stuff.
Back to school. Well, speaking of that, we have an announcement here from Matthew 25. It's interesting how that kind of
just look there.
Matthew 25 is looking for back to school supplies for children for their meal on August the 8th. So in a couple weeks, we need to collect these items. I'll put a list of what they're looking for on the screen, but notebook paper, pencils, erasers, that sort of thing, rulers, scissors, crayon boxes, notebook paper, that sort of stuff. So just take a look at that, and if you can get your hands on some, bring them up, put them in the Matthew 25 bin. We want to make sure our children are supplied as they do go back to school this year.
Yeah. Do you remember going to get your school supplies as a kid?
I remember when there was a tax-free weekend to be able to do that, and so everybody in the world was trying to get stuff at the same time. But I remember
it was exciting to have all that stuff for about that long, and then you realized you had to use it in school, and it wasn't a lot of fun then after that. But that being said, school will be back. It will be an interesting methodology that they'll use, I'm sure. But in the meantime, school will be back, and this need is out there, and this is something that we can do to continue to be in ministry. And so if you can help us out, this would be really, really appreciated.
Absolutely. And speaking of new beginnings in August, starting back up the fall, we're looking forward to implementing communion back in church on this Sunday. So Ken, tell us a little bit about that, and I'll hold up a visual aid.
We have really missed having communion and worship. Those of you in the 8:30 service, of course, we had it every Sunday. And the other services had it the first Sunday of each month. We've not had any communion since March. And it's been something that we've really missed. And so we were able to, during the crisis, to order some. It took a while for them to get here. Some of these individually wrapped communion cups, and on top there is a wafer. And so it's self-contained. It is very sanitary. And so on Sunday we are going to, during the service, to have communion together. You'll be invited to come forward, and we'll give you one of these to receive. And Stephen and I will be masked as we serve you. And you'll be invited to take communion at that time, and we hope that you'll come out and be a part of that.
All right.
And we look forward to being at the Lord's table once more.
Well, I mean, the sacraments is part of that thing that you and I are both called to serve and implement. To be honest with you, we've missed it. It's something that we've been craving for a while ourselves. And we know you are as well. So we've been praying about it. We've been thinking about the best way we know to do this. And there's still maybe some changes in the weeks to come, but we think this is a good way for us to start.
And all this is self-contained. You'll be opening it up for yourself. So.
Right. And we were going to ask you to take it at the communion rail or at the prayer rail, or take it back to your seat.
Take it back to your seat.
There's another opportunity coming up this week, and I've got a little video here to tell you about that too. All right, hey guys, I'm here with Antoine Horton. He's a new friend of mine. We've met at a pastor's group not that long ago, right after I got back from vacation. And with all that's been going on in the world and in our country regarding race and that sort of stuff, we've started a relationship.
Right.
Both of us kind of believe that we think the God solution to this is, relationships with one another, and so we've had a meal or two together, and we've been able to talk. And Antoine, tell us a little bit about what you do at Kingdom Life Community Church, and something that's coming up this weekend that you're involved in the leadership of, that I think would benefit the folks here at First Church.
Gotcha. First of all, my name, like you said, is Antoine Horton. I am the senior leader of Kingdom Life Community Church here in the big city. Yeah, so Washington, North Carolina, and I am the like I said, the senior pastor there, and that's all I do there is pastor.
That's enough.
It's Monday through Sunday, so it's a full-time job, 24/7. And also on this weekend, we have an amazing event that's coming up with myself, along with Pastor Tad from Harvest Church in Washington. We are doing another Unity in the Community service on that weekend, this upcoming Friday and Saturday.
What time? Now, what time is that? It's going to be at Harvest Church.
Harvest Church, and the address is 2020 West 15th Street in Washington. It's on Friday the 31st. It's at 7, and on Saturday the 1st, August the 1st, is at 10 a.m.
10 a.m. in the
10
morning.
in the morning.
So we'll put that up on the screen for you. But tell us a little bit about what's going on with this event, like why it's so important, and kind of how it got started.
And like you said previously, during this day and time, it's definitely important for us to come together more and have unity more during this time with everything that's going on. So this weekend, we're having a unity service, and not just with Harvest Church alone or myself alone, but it's with all the churches that want to be to come together in Washington. It's with Matt and William there. Can't remember where they're both located at, where they're from, but they preach all over not Washington, all over the world. And also they came together with this bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And the pot represent a prayer pot. And 10 years later from them meeting, they found out that the black gentleman was slaves to the white gentleman ancestors. So it's definitely an amazing storyline. I won't tell you everything because I want you to come out and hear the rest of the story from their mouths.
Yeah. Well, I just think it's great that friendships can blossom even after something as devastating as what our country has gone through.
Right.
But that God's in the midst of that, and God has a way of healing, and we can learn from one another and that sort of stuff. So, and there's a live streaming option for this for those who don't feel comfortable coming to a Harvest Church. Where can they access the live stream?
They can access it on harvestchurch.com, or they can live stream access it from their Facebook, Harvest Facebook.
From Harvest Church Facebook.
Right.
Okay, so just like we do on Sunday, where you come onto Facebook and find our live stream,
right?
You can do that for Harvest Church Friday night and Saturday morning, and I look forward to being there. I promise to be there Friday night.
Gotcha.
I've got something going on Saturday morning, but I'll try to record it or catch it later. But I think that it's an amazing opportunity for those of us here at First Church to hear a little bit about the story and just hear about maybe how we can be in relationship with our neighbors and
That's
and
what
follow that command Jesus gives us to love Him and to love our neighbors.
That's right.
All of them. We're both about the same age.
That's right.
I know you're like me. Like it's being the youngest guy in the room sometimes and being the preacher.
Right. Sometimes it's
a little rocky. But,
right.
So it's good to find somebody that's about the same age as I am.
Yes, sir.
And that we have a friendship going on. So. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, it's we'll look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Brother Stephen's going to be preaching to us about that odd crowd that loafs and fishes, right?
Being hungry. Come hungry.
Fair enough. Come hungry. We're going to be eating together and feasting on the Word as well. Feasting on the sacrament and on the Word. You can't get better than that. So we hope you'll come out and be with us. And if not, we hope certainly that you tune in to us as well. We look forward to seeing you. God bless you. We love you, and have a good what's left of the week.
Lord be with you.